You are now tuned into Two Drunk Sisters podcast, unscripted and uncensored. Grab yourselves a drink and enjoy.
Hey guys, welcome to Two Drunk Sisters podcast. I'm D.
I'm W.
And
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm so mad. We are drinking Stella Rosa Brandy. Y'all, did y'all know that Stella Rosa has a brandy?
It does.
It has a brandy. It's branded.
What's the flavor of this brandy?
Berry.
Oh yeah,
Berry brandy.
and you made a
We made a cocktail
cocktail.
for you guys.
W makes the best cocktail.
Yes. So ask me what I put
Cheers.
in it. I put everything in it.
Put everything.
Everything.
It's just a cocktail with Stella Rosa Brandy.
Brandy, yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers, guys. Thanks for tuning in for the latest episode. So we're here to talk about Barbarian. Barbarian.
What did I call it? I said Barbarian.
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 Yep.
We don't own the rights to that. Do not copyright claim.
Barbarian.
We don't own the right to that.
Guys, my laptop is not up. Okay, I thought I prepped it and it said not today, sister. Sisters, not today. So, Barbarian is about a woman who agrees to split her Airbnb rental for a night with a mysterious male guest, setting off a nightmarish twist of events. Okay, don't ask me what this lady. Look, I already set my disclaimer. My laptop ain't up. Okay.
We don't know. Yeah,
we don't know this.
Played.
We don't
I
know
she played
what,
in some other films.
We don't know what
for
this
sure.
lady's name, but her name in the movie is Tessa.
Tessa, yep.
And we know that Bill Skarsgård.
Skarsgård.
You know, the Skarsgårds is in this movie the one that
Yes.
played in It, who played the clown.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Tessa goes.
Sorry.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What is happening?
Okay,
W?
sorry.
What was that? What you said?
Trash.
You said trash. You know.
Okay.
This movie is trash.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you know the movie in the beginning. You know, it was going good because at first we thought that Skarsgård was in on this barbaric action, but in actuality, he was really a guest. He was an actual guest at this Airbnb, and she went in after him. And of course, when this happens, you know, the guest, I mean, not the guest, but the host could have double booked. And it happens because he booked his room on another website, and she booked hers on Airbnb. So, you know, it's possible. It's possible that, you know, the double booking. So, me personally, yeah, he fine and all that, but I would have been like, nah, I'm not staying over. I think the reason why she stayed over because he was cute.
Yeah, I think. See, listen, that's supposed to be setting y'all up.
That's what I think.
Be setting y'all up. Y'all be letting the cuteness and the smile.
Yeah.
And a glass of wine.
Yeah. Yeah, all that.
Y'all be letting y'all confuse you. And when it confuse you.
Not confused.
When it confuse you, everything go to hell. Because you're not thinking with the right body part. Okay?
We don't have an appendage. Only the guys do.
Right. Okay, but, you know. Okay, when the tingle starts to tingle.
Yeah.
And all you need to do is tingle a little bit.
It did tingle. Okay, guys.
After a glass of wine.
Listen, my laptop say, "Hey, sister, I'm here." So the main character is Georgina Campbell. Her name is Tess in this movie, and of course, my
actor,
y'all.
D loves Justin Long.
Justin Long is in this film as well. His name is AJ. So what was Bill got? His name was Keith. So Bill Skarsgård's character is
weird last name.
His name is Keith, and we found out that he's also an executive producer in this movie.
Yeah, so he had some writing.
Does he have some writing into it? I guess so.
Yeah, I guess his input. Whatever. Yeah. I mean, dude,
he's the money man. He's the money man.
Listen, Bill.
He's the money man.
All right, that's all I'm gonna say is listen, Bill. That's all I got.
So this movie is an hour and 35 minutes. I could have easily did
an hour and 10.
15 minutes.
Wow, I was being generous. D said 15 minutes. You know what? I think this would have been perfect for a short story that belonged in a cabin of curiosities.
Yes.
It did not need to have.
Oh my God, don't let us get into a cabin.
Y'all, you know what, Guillermo? I'm not going to. I'm not.
This is not your podcast.
Yeah,
this is not your podcast.
Okay. But you're on my list, Guillermo. Don't get me started. Anyway.
Oh, Lord. Listen, Barbarian. So we already told you guys that Tessa met up with Keith at the Airbnb. And, you know, she was apprehensive at first because she was like, listen, dude, I don't know you. He's offering tea and wine. She's like, listen.
The blackness of the black part of her, the black side.
We don't know if she's black.
We don't know.
We don't know that.
Okay, well, the black side of her.
We don't know that she's black or not.
I have no idea. The other side of her, because I know there is another side. That side kicked in. Whatever side that is.
She's from the United Kingdom.
Okay, well, her UK side.
Oh, Lord.
The UK side of her was like, but listen, I don't know what side, but I'm saying one of the sides was like, listen, Tess, let's not do this.
Yes. So her conscience was speaking to her, like, maybe you shouldn't drink from that wine, maybe you shouldn't drink from the tea. But me and W thought, like, oh, he's definitely in on it. Because the way he was acting, because she wanted to go, and he was like, no.
He really was.
You can stay here. We're all friends here. And it was kind of weird, but
he was being awkward. Maybe he was.
But it was probably maybe because Tess is beautiful, and he probably was stunned by her beauty.
True.
And her booty.
Sorry. You just had to put that in there.
I just had to put that in there. Come on, guys. Come on. So they were having a good night, you know. She was like telling him, like, listen, you know, this ain't that type of party. He was telling her, I don't know if you saw this neighborhood, but this neighborhood look jacked. I don't want you to be out there by yourself. Just stay here, and then in the morning we'll call him, and we'll sort everything out. And she was like, all right, cool. He was like, I'll sleep on the couch. You could take the bedroom. You could lock the door or whatnot. And so they were having a fun night, talking. They were getting to know each other, and it was cool. It made her comfortable.
Yeah. And
so that night she went to bed, and her door opened, and she thought that it was Keith. So she peered over and she saw Keith at the couch. And Keith was doing...
Keith was having a
nightmare. He was making these noises, and she went over and touched him, and he was like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
I was like...
We're adding dramatic. I don't know if he said, what the fuck?
Listen.
I think he said...
Guys, our commentary is better than the movie. I promise.
He said, what are you doing? What are you doing?
And right, she was befuddled. She didn't know what to say because she was like, you was talking and listen. I'm sorry.
My room door was open.
And he's like, I was here sleeping. Like, what are you doing? And she's like, you know what? All right, sorry.
You guys, listen, Bill, you hire us,
Keith,
to do your stuff.
So anyways, she went back to bed. She closed the door. She didn't lock it. She just closed the door. And then the next scene is her waking up in the morning. So during that conversation that they were having, the reason why Tess was there, because she was there for an interview. Mm-hmm. She was working alongside of this film director, and she's working on a documentary. So I'm assuming that it doesn't say what she was. It doesn't
go into detail, but
what job she was going for. But it was in the realm of documentary, filmmaking, all that shit.
Yeah, and then we find out Keith is also in
that realm,
documentary world.
Yes, so that's the reason why they were able to
kind of connect.
Yeah, and so Tess goes to her interview, and she's talking with the lady, and everything went well. And the lady was like, "Hi, where are you staying?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm staying off of Barbary." And she was like, "What? You staying where?" What she said? Are you sure?
She said, "Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?"
Look,
yes.
All you gotta tell me is, "Are you kidding me?" But one time, I would be like, "What do you mean? So what's going on? Why the house?"
Yeah, elaborate. Yeah,
because when I was driving here, ain't no other house. All the houses are dilapidated, and they all look
like
crazy.
the bandos.
So please tell me what's going on. But no, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
And the interviewee was like, "There's an Airbnb there?
Like you don't belong. Like you shouldn't be there." Basically,
yeah, she did say you
don't need to be there.
She did say that. Mm-hmm. So that right there could have been a red flag for Tess, but she was like, you know what? Nah, it's because
Keith have a cup of coffee.
Because Keith was at the house.
See what happened? Y'all get roped up.
Keith was at the house.
For a cute face now.
Yes. So she was like, it's all good. I have a roommate. It's all good.
We're fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. So she goes back to the house. While she goes back to the house, there was this, it looked like a homeless person saying, "Hey, you wait there, young lady." And then she was running. Oh my God, I gotta get inside the house. Of course, me and W was like, "I bet you how much you want to bet that he was telling her to not go in that house because he knew, right?
Because he knew what was going on.
He knew what was going on. Mm-hmm. So, of course, her ass got skirt. I would have got skirt, too. I would
have, too, because you're getting out of your car and somebody's running to you. So, of course.
He looked like a homeless person.
Yeah, you're going to be like, I'm running in the house, so I understand why she ran in the house. Mm-hmm. I get it. And so, guys, Tess goes in the house, and I guess she was in the toilet. You know how it is. You sit down, ain't no tissue. So, of course, she goes down to the basement.
Don't you be mad?
I will be mad. Especially, like, if a turd starts to poke its head.
Not even a turd, but it's like you pee, and then now you got to
do the shake. You got to do the shake. Shake. You gotta shake it off. We don't own the rights to that phrase.
We didn't sing it.
We don't want this to be cut off because we say shake it off.
Shake it off. Nah, she don't own that shit.
So anyway, she goes to the basement and being nosy, she realized that there's something weird or whatever, and
there's
she
a
sees a rope. Yeah, she pulls the rope and the door opens. But mind you, when she goes down there, the door of the basement shuts. And so she sits on the stairs, and I'm just like...
She's locked in there.
She's just, she's chilling.
She's locked down there, yeah.
Yeah, and so she goes into like I said, she pulls the rope, a door opens, she goes into the door, she sees another room with a camera and a bed. Shit looks fucking weird. She comes back out, she tries to how sometimes the basements have the windows, and she tries to go through there, and she ends up seeing Keith. And so Keith is like, "What the fuck you doing now? What the fuck?" Anyway, she gives Keith the keys. Keith ends up coming down there, and she tells Keith, "I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm out of here." Keith tries to stop her. "Wait, no, don't.
Yeah, and this
don't
is
go over there."
Right, and this is where we thought Keith was part of the plan.
Yeah,
Keith just getting women.
Yeah, and so Keith's like, "Wait, just Tess, just give me a second. I'm gonna check." Keith goes down there. Keith never resurfaces. Mm-hmm. She's yelling out his name. Her stupid ass goes down there, and she ends. Now it's like it goes further deep.
It's really deep
inside the house. Underneath the tunnel, just goes.
It's like a catacomb.
Yeah, it goes long and long and long, and she sees Keith there, and Keith is telling her. He just looked like he done seen some shit. And while Keith's about to say something, we see this thing from the Diary of Deborah Logan. It's not the diary. It's called, what is it? Something, The Taking of Deborah Logan. That's what the fuck that thing looked like. And so it just bashes Keith's head. Keith's head. It bashes Keith's head. It bashes Keith's head into the concrete wall over and over and over again. And then it goes black.
And then me and W was like, "Oh, I guess Keith isn't in our plan."
I guess we were wrong.
I guess we were wrong. You have to be quicker than that. Baby,
I guess we were wrong. We like,
oh. Listen, baby, when Keith had his back into the wall, I was like, "Oh shit! Now what the fuck you gonna do?" And then that's when they went to the next scene. Q and Justin Long's character.
Q and D's baby daddy.
Q and AJ, who's played by Justin Long. You see him driving in his car with the top back, and he's all singing. Everybody heard him. He was all singing. Then he got an incoming call. The incoming call is this team that he. So it sounded like he was he a?
I think he's like actor? Some kind of actor or something.
Executive producer.
It's possible. One or the other. We don't really know.
We don't know. I'm thinking he's an actor.
Okay.
Or a writer. I don't know. Mm-hmm. So he's riding in his car, and of course his team called me like, "Hey, we need to talk." And he's like, "Well, what to talk about? Talk about what?" There was an investigation going on with him, and he was trying to say what type of investigation. And of course, I think it was more than one people on the call, and they were like saying it's a sexual harassment allegation.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, how bad is it? And they were like, bad to the point that it's rape. Like, you raped her.
Right. She's claiming that you raped her.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so, of course, he was taken aback and he was, like, pissed. Mm-hmm. But you could see him going through, like, he's going to see his financial advisor. And the financial advisor's like, hey, listen, how much did they say this is going to cost? And he was like, about $100,000 and some. And the financial advisor like, look, I'm going to do this one time, but I'm going to need for you to find somebody else. So, of course, his world came a-tumbling down, We on
the rest of that. Yeah,
that's not even a song.
It's not? That's not a Busta Rhymes song?
No. What song is that?
Oh, I'm thinking of that song.
Incorrect, ma'am. Incorrect.
That's a Busta Rhymes song I'm thinking about.
I don't think so.
Anyway, okay, so I was wrong. I was wrong.
So of course, his world came tumbling down, crashing on him. The article came out saying that he, accused him, because I want to say allegedly. Allegedly. Air quotes, allegedly. No, they accused AJ of, of rape, sexual misconduct. So, of course, he had some property in Detroit, in Michigan. And this is where Tessa and Keith's house was at. It was in Detroit.
Yeah.
And so he goes back to the house and he realized that, hey, I think there's somebody squatting in my house.
Yeah.
And so he calls the realtor who's in charge of making sure that his house is stays in pristine order, or a property manager or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he called her and she was like, listen, nobody should be there, and we make sure that we clean it. If nobody is renting it from us, we're not going to clean it. So there's no maid service.
Have a nice day.
And he was like, what the fuck?
That bitch.
There's a lot of what the fuck's going on in
that
this
bitch hung up on him like, figure
yes.
it out, nigga.
Yes. And so he realized, like, okay, so he's going through all these, the bags and luggages, and he realized that the basement door was open. He goes down there and he sees everything, but he doesn't care what he sees down there. All he sees is like, oh, there's more square footage to my home. This is going to be a lot of money.
Yeah, this is more. All he's thinking about is the money.
Yes, he's thinking about
more
the
money. And he's not putting two and two together.
Right, the things that he was seeing.
Yeah, he finds a room with a TV on, and it's like a bunch of sheets on the ground, and it smells, because he's like,
But he keeps going.
With the measurement tape.
Yeah, and just like...
And I'm just like, is 2 and 2 not...
Does
it not equal 4?
No, it's not clicking for him. So he realized he's going deeper and deeper. And this thing is really a catacombs. So he finds himself face to face with that whatever. What do you want?
Deborah Logan. He find y'all gotta, if y'all seen Deborah Logan, y'all understand why I said Deborah Logan.
So he's running and he ends up falling into is it a trap? Like a trap door?
Yeah, he falls into like some kind of...
Right, so like a makeshift hole with the cage.
Yeah.
And so when he falls in there, this is where he sees Tessa. And Tessa's like, yo, you gotta be quiet, just cooperate. And this woman, the Deborah Logan woman, she's like, puts a baby bottle down on through the cage to make him drink it. Mm-hmm. And she was like, yo, just drink it, dog. Just drink it. You don't want to make her mad. And he was like, I ain't drinking that shit.
So he pretty much was being defiant. He was being a defiant baby. So Tessa drinks from the bottle.
Right.
And he, she puts the bottle to his face, and he's like, I'm not drinking that.
Ew.
So she pulls
Booby
him up.
Juice.
She pulls him up. Still, oh, you don't want the bottle? So you want the titty. I got it. So the room that he passes with all the sheets and the TV, on the TV, there's like a woman breastfeeding a child. So she takes Justin Long's character, AJ, and she tries to breastfeed him because, you're like, you don't want the bottle, you want the tit. So I'm going to give you the tit. I mean, that's... I hate this movie so much, y'all.
This movie was... It wasn't great.
It was not great.
I was just confused. But it makes sense on who this woman is. It makes sense because it goes back to the 80s, this guy, he was a serial raper.
Yeah.
He would kidnap women and, capture them, and he would have sex with them, let them have a baby. I don't know what happens to the women, but he would then, when their baby gets big, he would have sex with that baby.
Yeah.
And they would have baby. And this is the prodigy of the incest.
Yeah.
So
that's what it looks like.
This thing became a strong nomad being.
Right.
Really creepy looking.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so things just got... So Tessa was like, this is my opportunity. She ended up getting out of the hole, getting out of the house. While she was trying to get out, the guy that was she was running away from when she got out the car earlier.
Who looked like the bum.
Yeah, he pulled her out and was like, you shouldn't be here and yada, yada, yada. You need to leave. You need to go now. And she's like, we got to help him. We got to help somebody. She's going to kill him. And he's like, you got to get out of here before dark, because when it's dark, she's going to come looking for you. And basically,
I was like, damn, she came out of the house.
She did. Naked? Basically, Tessa is, she annoyed me, because I'd have been like, you know what? I tried to help you with the bottle.
Tessa,
you ain't listen to me. You are a liability. So I would have been like, I'm done. And I would have reached out to the
Tessa went back
authorities.
She walked to the gas station, whatever, called the authorities. And of course, the authorities ain't listen to her. They thought that she was high or something, because she was dirty. So they thought that she was either on something, crackhead, and the police officer got called for something else. They're like, listen, there's nothing here, and the cops left. So she was like, she broke into the house again, got her keys, went to the car, and then she was about to leave, and then she was like, you know what, I can't leave, buddy. I can't leave my dog, my road dog.
Wrong.
She went back.
Wrong.
Listen, she went back in there, and of course, Buddy was able to get it.
Her stepmama came out.
Buddy was able to escape. The stepmama came out looking for her, and she ran the car into the house. She went back in the house looking for Buddy. Buddy was able to escape the breast lady.
The breast lady.
Was able to escape the breast lady. Then he found the guy, the original guy, in a bed coughing and stuff like that. He was telling the guy, like, hey... Well, AJ was like, hey, are you okay? You need some water? Mm-hmm. So the AJ gave him some water. And then the guy was telling him to get something else from the desk. And AJ was like, look, I don't understand you. We need to get the fuck out of here. And so the guy pulled out a gun, and AJ thought, was like, well, don't shoot me. The guy ended up killing himself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because he realized that he wasn't going anywhere. And he offed himself. He was old looking too. Mm-hmm. So AJ went and got the gun. He's going through the halls, all dark and stuff, and Tessa's going through the halls. Y'all, he shot Tessa.
He shot Tessa, and she didn't die. Well, we thought she was dead.
We thought she was dead, but she didn't die.
Yeah, and so he ended up, he picked her up and was like, let's get out of here. And Tessa realized that they stepmama was no longer pinned to the vehicle.
The titty lady, yeah.
Yeah, and so they were walking, on the block, and then they saw the homeless guy was like, yo, in here. And so the homeless guy was telling them, like, look, you got to stay here for the night. Tessa gonna make it, stay here for the night. And, he was telling them, like, I've been here 15 years. She ain't never come here. And when he said that, they stepmama came busting through.
Lo and behold.
They came busting through. So they was trying to get away from her. And did you know, the fucker threw Tessa, because he's like, look, you gotta distract her.
Right. So they ran up a water tower.
Yeah. And Tessa was already hurt.
She was already hurt. And she was like, yo, wait, don't leave me. He was like, catch up. And then I had him like, nigga, you shot her?
And so he
shot her.
Yeah. He threw her over the water tower railing, and their stepmama went right after her. Mm-hmm. Because she's like, my butt.
You dumb.
Butt.
That's her baby. You dumb. You're so stupid. That's what she was saying.
She was saying that, so she kind of jumped off
to get her baby.
To get her baby, and so they both end up on the ground, and AJ was just like
he was looking.
First of all, he's a motherfucker. Okay,
I told W, I was like, oh man, I was like, how about Tessa ain't dead? So of course AJ went back down and to see. And while AJ so he realized Tessa wasn't dead. AJ was explaining like, oh my God, you slipped. You slipped.
Yeah, and then I had know what to do, and I was scared, and he was full of shit.
Listen, titty lady came up and said, Rah! Listen, took AJ by the neck, poked his eyeballs out.
She ripped his head.
Poked his eyeballs out, and juices came out and ripped apart his head, and then turned to Tessa and said, "Baby, my baby."
She barely did. She didn't say it. She barely got.
I mean, you saw the movie. You saw what happened.
Yeah, I know what happened.
So Tessa got the gun, and she was like, "Listen, yeah, I hear all the baby stuff. Pow! That's it.
And that's it. She killed her stepmama.
But before the stepmama gave her a kiss on the face.
She did give her a kiss on the forehead.
Yeah, and said bye bye.
Yeah, my baby. You're my baby.
Did she say baby or bye bye?
She said, yeah. I think she said bye bye.
She said bye bye and everybody bye.
You know what? I'm so fucking mad that we spent all this time on this movie. I hate it.
It's an hour and 30 minutes. Oh, hour and 42 minutes.
This movie is an hour and 42. This movie should have been
bye. Listen, y'all, that's the movie, okay? That's Barbarian. This whole movie is a mess.
This movie sucked.
This movie wasn't great.
It was on the Richter scale. It deserves 2 fights.
Hot garbage. Oh my God. Listen,
Bill, you should have called Guillermo.
No. Leave Guillermo out of this. Leave him out of this.
I cannot suffer another fucking movie that is a trash. I bet you the reviews are like, oh my God, this is one of the best films ever.
The reviews is like splendid.
Oh, magnificent, marvelous.
Well, let's see.
Well done, Bill. Well done. Like, get out of here.
Well, they gave this movie a 7.1.
Oh, wow.
On IMDb.
Wow.
I don't know if this is the same movie that we watched, but
this has to be another movie.
I don't know what they saw. But guys, what do we do? What do y'all think? What do y'all think of the movie? Let us know on our email address at 2drunksisters@gmail.com. The number 2 drunk DRUNK sisters at gmail.com.
Follow us on all social media.
All social media.
YouTube.
Twitter. Follow. Twitter.
Facebook.
Instagram.
Facebook.
YouTube. You're terrible. Thanks, guys, for listening to us. We hope you enjoyed this podcast. And tune in for the next podcast. Enjoy your day, evening, or night whenever you're listening to this podcast.
Oh, my God, y'all. All right, y'all.
Easy lemon squeezy.
I cannot.
All right, guys. Peace.